Which brings us to the question of how much material do you usually get from a composer? Do they ever give you a full score, or do you just get a melody line?
It's
Or,
well,
Harold.
oh, I'm
Okay,
sorry.
I
I
was
thought
just
you
going
were
to say,
talking to me.
Harold, let's start with you on this one.
It's very interesting. I have done orchestrations for Cy Coleman for The Life, and I've done for all of Henry Krieger's shows. Cy Coleman, consummate musician, everything is right there that he wants on piano, and he says, "You know what to do, Harold," and he smiles, and I take it from there. Henry Krieger does not read music. He has a yellow pad, and he writes lyrics, and above the words he puts a chord, D and then G, but he plays it. I will never do an orchestration for Henry without a demo of Henry singing it himself as a composer. And then I go into rehearsal and I have the performer that's going to perform it do. But what Henry wants is in his heart, and it's all piano. So I take his piano part and I expand on that and interpret his heart. And then I look at the performance and see what this scene is about. And I have to make sure that it serves the purpose of the scene also, but sometimes full sketch, sometimes a piece of yellow pad with just the lyric and chords above it. And you go from there.
And anything in between, depending on the writer, right?
Yeah.
That's right.
Jonathan, what do you usually get from Stephen Sondheim?
Well, Sondheim, of course, is a consummate musician. His notation is perfectly accurate. His conception of music is limited to the piano, though. He doesn't really hear orchestra instruments, and he leaves it more or less to me to interpret. And a great deal of interpretation goes into this process. I know my friends will bear me out with that. I even am a little uncomfortable whenever I see the expression music orchestrated by. I think we don't just orchestrate the music. We are far more like designers. I relate to the lighting a great deal. And I like to see the way a song is lit before I orchestrate it. I'm not always able to, but I often have a reaction from what the lighting designer does. In a way, I've described what we do as lighting for the ears.
Alex, you're nodding a lot in agreement.
Yeah, because I'm thinking of an orchestration that I had done for a song for Hamilton off Broadway. It's the first big song in the second act called "What Did I Miss?" And my orchestration for that changed dramatically when I actually got to sit in the audience and watch it during a preview and saw what the lights were doing. Once I saw the activity that was happening on the stage in terms of the dance and the look, I realized that my orchestration wasn't playing into that energy. So I rewrote what I saw because of I rewrote what I had written based on what I had seen after the fact. So I can relate.
And Larry,
I have to jump in because very seldom, but occasionally, I've heard from a lighting designer that the opposite was true, where they made an alteration based on what they heard in the orchestra.
Mm-hmm. That happens too, sure.
I have a great collaborative art.